All right, this worksheet is all about factoring to simplify, so you might need to factor something before you're going to be able to cancel things out. Okay, looking at number 1 here, just a reminder, we cannot, if I see an X and an X, I can't just cross them out because I've got an addition and a subtraction sign going on here, so actually just 2 addition signs. So on the top, I could take a 2 out. When I take a 2 out, I'm left with X plus 7, and then the denominator I have X plus 7, and now would you look at that, those cancel out, and I'm left with just 2 as my answer. Number 2, what could I take out of 14x and 14? Well, I could take a 14 out, and then I'm left with x plus 1. And then I've got 6 in the denominator. Well, I could divide 6 and 14 both by 2. And when I do that, I'm left with a 7 and a 3. So our final answer is 7 times x plus 1 over 3, because I can't cancel out that x plus 1. All right, number 3, I can take a 3 out on the top, so I'm going to be left with k plus 4, and then in the bottom I've got also k plus 4, so those can cancel out, and I'm left with 3. All right, number 4, I can't factor out anything from the top, but on the bottom I can factor out a 5. And then I've got an x minus 7 and an x minus 7, so I'm left with 1 over 5. Not just 5. Be careful here. When you cancel these out, there is still a 1 up here. All right, number 5, b plus 10 can't be simplified. And now we've gotten into the trinomials. So we got to think about what multiplies to give me negative 90 and adds to give me a 1. Well, that would be 9 and 10. But if I want to multiply to be a negative and add to be a positive, that means my 9 has to be negative. So when I factor this, this is going to become b minus 9 and b plus 10. So my b plus 10 is going to cancel out. And then our answer is, again, 1 divided by b minus 9. All right, number 6, we are going to start out with a little factoring here. So it multiplies to be 24, adds to be 11. That looks to be 8 and 3. So I've got b plus 8 on top and b plus 3 on the top. And I'm dividing by b plus 8, which means I can cancel both of those out. And I'm just left with b plus 3. All right, number 7. Got to factor that top part there. So multiplies to give me negative 16, adds to give me 6. I think that's going to be 2 and 8, with 2 being negative. So when I factor that, n minus 2 times n plus 8, and divide by n minus 2, well then those n minus 2's cancel out, and I'm just left with n plus 8. All right, in the numerator here, got a factor. So it multiplies to give us negative 4 and adds to give us negative 3. Well, that's going to be 4 and 1, with the 4 being negative. So this becomes p minus 4 times p plus 1. And then in the denominator, I also need to factor this. So it multiplies to give me 24 and adds to give me negative 10. That would be negative 6 and negative 4. So I've got p minus 6 and p minus 4. Now the p minus 4's go away, so my final answer is just p plus 1 over p minus 6. Got 2 of them to factor again, so starting with the numerator here, we're looking to see what multiplies to give me 16 and adds to give me negative 8. That would be negative 4 and negative 4. So I'm going to have m minus 4 times m minus 4, all divided by Well, now we got to factor the denominator. So what multiplies to give me 20 and adds to give me negative 9? That would be a negative 4 and a negative 5. So m minus 4, m minus 5. And I can cancel out my m minus 4s. And I've got m minus 4 on top and m minus 5 on the bottom. Okay, got to factor that numerator. So we're looking to see what multiplies to give me 21 and adds to give me 10. We should be thinking 7 and 3. So I've got a plus 7, a plus 3, all divided by, well, now I got to factor the denominator. So it multiplies to give us negative 12 and adds to give me negative 1. That would be negative 4, positive 3. So I've got a minus 4, and I've got a plus 3. The a plus 3s are going to go away, so I'm left with a plus 7 over a minus 4. Oh, and that was it. So remember to factor before you simplify.